104.7 The Drop, Denver's Urban Alternative. Sugar Bear Lamale. It's time for Community Corner. We always love this part of the week because we get to highlight community with everything going on. As we mentioned earlier about reaching out to our Senate and preserving public media and what we do, community. Today's guest embodies that.
It's it's a direct representation of what you get with us. So.
Yes, indeed. So welcome, Shawn Bosley from Feed the Streets. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
What up, Denver?
Thanks for being here, man. Feed the Streets, Denver. You got to tell us about this because I have notes in front of me, but you got to tell a story. First of all, you're not originally from here. How you got here and how you got into Feed the Streets. Let's talk about it.
So I moved here in 2017. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Shout out to Lou. Moved here just trying to pursue music business. So I moved out here, went to the dorms. Literally, you know how it is being a transplant out here.
Yeah.
Man. You don't know nobody. You feel like you're on an island. Took me about 6 months, but I ended up getting connected, going to networking events. Shout out to the Urban League. And I eventually met some Kappas, and they were really cool. And they're like, hey, let's do this a community event. So we did it on a Sunday. January 13th, 2017, and literally it just took off from there. I saw the community, I saw the build, and I took it back to the dorms, and I said, okay, I'm from St. Louis, but I see a prevalent problem, and that was just the fact that everybody out here has a type of goal, but you also have a problem in your face. Everybody can get to the bag, but you passing by the people on 16th Street. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that just wasn't cool. Me being from St. Louis, you know, we don't just treat people that way. So I started Feed the Streets in the dorms, and literally was just grassroots from there. Literally just hitting up my network over net worth and making sure that we got those resources for the community. So
I love that. Okay, so Feed the Streets. Now, to give the people a little details about exactly what that provides for these people in the community.
Yeah. So a typical event, what it started off as is sack lunches. Basic sack lunch bill was sandwich, water bottles, chips. We would be throwing in personal affirmation here and there.
I love that.
And then it expanded. We started blowing that up because obviously people got to eat and the season changed.
Yeah.
So we end up going with sandwich, water bottles, chips, and then whatever the season would be, we throw in a hand warmer. And that expanded into doing hygiene kits. And now that expanded into hygiene buses. So then we had buses where we just give out 200 plus hygiene kits full of, you know, deodorant, razors, shaving cream, water bottles, anything that you needed. That expanded into sleeping bags, which I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma. That expanded into doing a sleep out for the homeless. We did one at Civic Center Park 2018. And that just expanded our minds. So we do that. That's a typical event, if you would say, for Feed the Streets. We have other programming, but that's what you would see on a monthly.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So, okay, it's...
Let's get it.
No, this because there's so many people that, like, you know, have the drive to want to do things, but to start it yourself from nothing, like, what in your, like, personal history, your childhood or whatever, like, brought that drive or that feeling of, like, I got to do something?
No, for sure. I would say the moment, for me, the catalyst moment, I grew up adopted, like I said, from St. Louis, youngest of 10. And for me, I had a swim party when I was 13. Had all my friends over. They got to bring all their presents. It was super cool. But my mom was like, you can keep one. And I was like, what do you mean keep one? And she let me take all the rest of my presents and go donate it to another foster family downtown.
Wow.
And that was just the vibes for me. It was just more about the community and experiencing the fun. And I can get gifts all day, but eventually you're going to age out the gifts. You're going to age out of, you know, tangible things. So you can't age out of, you know, a relationship.
Right.
So
That's actually so beautiful because it teaches you, like, like, stuff is whatever.
Stuff.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so as you start something from the ground up, obviously you need help, you need partnerships. Can you talk about some of the organizations you've partnered with and what that looks like?
Some of the greatest organizations. We shout out Munchies and Mimosas, those guys over there. We did a great big event years ago. We filled a U-Haul with 100% black-owned products, black-owned water, black-owned everything, all the way down. They were great for that. Shout out to Dish Network and the African American Network over there, the subsidiary. They've been holding us down for about 5 years on events. Definitely great partners over there. We also have great local partners, business partners. You know, Michael Hancock was a great partner in Feed the Streets back in the day. He was always on campus, always knew the mission. We have, you know, shout out Squizzy Taylor. We got the list goes on. The list goes on. But everybody, K-Tone, King Supers.
Yeah.
Everybody been down. It's been 8 years. And I'm not going to get everybody, but everybody.
But everybody, they know who they are.
They know who they are. They know Feed the Streets.
That's a beautiful thing. Let's talk about community, man, because we're all about that. That's why we have this segment to highlight people doing great work in the community. Talk about the importance of having these pockets of people and organizations to support what you're doing and how that like pushes forward the mission.
Yeah. To be honest, I moved back to St. Louis 2 years ago. I just got back like a month ago.
Okay.
Been in St. Louis, we just had an EF3 tornado hit the whole block. Oh, wow. And I teach downtown in the city. Some would consider it the hood. It is what it is. But a whole tornado took out the whole community.
Oh
my cousin, shout out to Thizzle, he has been an activist and a philanthropist in not only the city but the country for the last 20 plus years. Okay. And he has just been a pivotal person for me when it comes to community. Know your people, know your neighbor, be responsible. Everybody got a story. And that actually was my drive when I moved here. I didn't know anybody, but like I said, I connected with Squizzy, I connected with Trev Rich, I connected with Nikki, I connected with whoever I need to connect with to build that relation because, as I always say, your network over net worth. So, you know what I'm saying? So that community really, really mattered to me, especially moving here, being from St. Louis. Denver really needed somebody to step up and be like, hey, this is our city, this is our people. Even though I'm not from here, we're going to get over that.
I love that. Yeah, let's let that go. Yeah.
We're going to get over the fact I'm not from here, but we're going to make the fact that I'm trying to make us better for us and give something for everybody to do. Kids come out to Feed the Streets. I got elderly folk come out. It don't matter where you from, what you do, you can come out and be you. It's like church.
Community is community. Please say that for the people in the back.
Community.
It don't matter where you're from, man. If
you just show up.
That's right. I love it.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have these events of like, you know, putting together, distributing lunches and hygiene kits and things like that. So it's like you're helping the community, but at the same time, you're also building community.
We are. And the thing with the lunches is that was just the main thing. You got to look at those Maslow's hierarchy of need. What can I do to reach out to these folks? Like I said, I'm an educator. I'm a dean of students at DSST Cedar, so shout out to them.
Nice.
But the fact is you got to take care of people first. People, I can't get you off the streets today, but I can feed you today.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, it started there. That expanded into, like I said, we started doing roundtable discussions. I had Jason Schenkel and another young lady, can't remember her name right now, but we had two therapists of color, and we brought everybody together, and we split the group into two different rooms, and we talked about experiences. We talked about what it meant to be, you know, a black male in the community, then we talked about what it meant to be a mother going through postpartum, you know what I'm saying? And then we came back together and kind of directed the conversation as a community. So we have different things. Feed the Streets is more about just feeding, you know, your stomach. We're going to feed your mind, your body, your soul. We got different values that go into everything we do. Everything we do.
Feeding your mind, body, and soul. I was just going to say the mental health aspect of that. There's a lot of people on the streets that need that mental support. So you guys expanding that as well too, right?
Yeah, we getting into there, and that's the main thing, folks. You know, my mother, rest in peace to her, but she grew up an addict, and I didn't get to see that being adopted. But when it comes to seeing these folks on the street, everybody is somebody's brother, sister, cousin, uncle. And you know, mental health is out here. August is Wellness Month, and that's what we're doing. We're gonna take care of people. You got to take care of each other if you want the community to stay, you know, the way it is.
Love that. Shawn Bosley here, Feed the Streets. Now, there is a St. Louis chapter as well, right?
There is a St. Louis chapter, started a year ago. We just had the anniversary last week. So shout out to y'all doing the thing out there. Literally been buzzing out there. We're doing everything from, like I just told you, but really more college impact and those things. So we're on HBCU campuses, Harristow.
Love it.
We're on UMSL. We're on WashU. We're on SLU. We're on all these campuses making an impact, spreading the mission. We're actually about to have a wellness event for women in August. Just really great, diving into those resources at an early age and getting those college kids out there. And our volunteers are mostly 18 to 24 out there.
How do people get involved? Like if they like your mission, want to get involved in the community, what do they need to do?
Hit us up, follow us on Instagram. We always say, come to an event. That's the main thing. I always said, you know, grew up learning half the battle is showing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get out that bed. We don't want to drive there. We don't know these people. We don't, all these different things go through your head. Just show up, do the work, connect with somebody, meet a friend, And we have a group me. So we have different group me's. I have a group me for St. Louis, group me for Denver. Group me in St. Louis has like 1,000+ people in it now.
Yeah.
So just stay connected and want to help. And then do the work on your campus. Even if you don't want to come to an event, I'm down to do anything. So if you want to do something in your school, if you want to do something in your community, let's do it. Make it make sense.
I love that. So how can they reach you? And then you have an Instagram.
I do have an Instagram, The Wizard of Boz, The Wiz RDB.0.Z. But the other one, follow me on Instagram, Shot by Boz _ in between, or Feed the Streets Denver. Or Feed the Streets STL. I got like 4 pages.
You got a lot of you managing them all.
You can hit me up if you want to. I got you.
Boz, man, thank you for what you're doing, man. For real,
Always.
this mission is important, and thank you for coming to this platform.
Always.
This is a home for you, man. If you ever want to get the word out of what you're doing, and keep going, man, keep pressing.
I appreciate y'all for the opportunity, for real, for taking the time and really highlighting us after all this time, and would love to partner with y'all in the future. So.
Yeah, let's get that cracking.
Let's get it.
For sure. Shawn Bosley, man, Feed the Streets Denver. Make sure you follow them, connect, and much love, man. Thanks for coming to Community Corner. 104.7 The Drop, Denver's Urban Alternative.